Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well today. Just getting out for my little afternoon walk just after lunch, get my activity up. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys about something called the Pareto principle. So you might not have heard of the Pareto principle before. You might have heard of it in the more modern form, which is what we call the 80-20 rule. To give you the background on it, Pareto was an Italian economist. What he noticed in Italy was that around about 80% of all the land in the country was owned by about 20% of the population. And he coined this economic principle based on it. And what we've actually found, what's been found in studies since then, is that it actually holds up in other realms. So when we look at sports, there's a study done on American baseball teams, and they found that about 80% of all the points that were scored by players in the team were done by about 15 to 20% of all the players. So it's not an exact science, it's an approximation, but it's always around about 80 to 20. And it also transfers over into back pain recovery quite neatly as well for us to be able to utilize. So we know that, I mean, back pain recovery is can be quite a complex thing, particularly when you've got loads of people trying to sell you stuff all the time, like back stretchers or back braces or stretching programs or, I don't know, some sort of hands-on treatment, whatever it is they're trying to sell you. And it makes it really complex, and everyone's got different ideas, and there's so many myths out there that when we see people, quite a lot of the time, they're doing like 20 different things every day to get a really, really small result. So what people are doing is they're doing 80% of the options and getting 20% of the results. Okay, so they're not being efficient, and that's not their fault. That's because of the way that the market around back pain has emerged in the last 10 to 20 years. And what we need to do is recenter people. So we actually get people to do less. All right, less treatments on it. Less. You don't need to be doing ice and heat, and there's just certain, like braces and core strength, there's just so many things that people do that probably only make like 1% difference. And you can use those things if you want, but they only make 1% difference. So it doesn't matter how well or how often you do them, you only get 1%. So what we do is we recenter people, and we say, what is going to give you, what is simple, easy, gives you 80% of your overall improvement? Well, what we use is the 3 M's: mindset, movement, and mindfulness. And you've probably heard me, myself or Sam, talk about those in other videos before, but those are the scientifically proven ways to get on top of your back pain, so that you don't waste time and energy pursuing avenues that are not going to give you, that don't give you what we say the biggest bang for your buck. What is going to give you a reduced level of improvement and requires a lot of time and effort. Those are things that you don't really want, all right? They're not very helpful. What is helpful is stuff that you can use right now, easily, readily available, that gives you the biggest improvement. So we're talking about using 20% of all of the things, all of the treatment options that are out there, but these are things that are going to give you 80% of your overall recovery, all right? So that, I mean, I had a interaction with somebody the other day in one of the groups who, they've been having back pain for a long time, but they've been doing loads of different flashy exercises that were supposed to work on their fascial chains or activate certain muscles, core strengthening stuff. Actually, their background level of activity was almost non-existent. The NHS says we need 150 minutes of moderate physical exercise a week or 75 minutes of intense physical exercise a week. So my suggestion for that person was actually, don't worry about all these fancy things that are going to give very, very small amounts of improvement. Just focus on increasing your overall activity level in exercise, in just things that don't aggravate your pain, like walking, like I'm doing right now. So focusing your time and energy on things that gives you the biggest improvement is how you get to where you want to go. Relate it, again, another example, I've been banging on about me playing football lately, but it's relevant with regards to the 80-20 principle. Back in September, I was doing huge amounts of exercise. I was doing like injury prevention exercises. I was doing running, sprints, speed, agility, quickness work, we call it SAQ. I was doing exercises to generate power, and I just got loads and loads of pain everywhere. And it took one of my friends to recenter me and say, well, what's the most important thing? What's going to give you the biggest improvement right now? And it was just running more. So I dropped everything, just did more running, and it made a massive difference. And I got fit enough to play, but then I was too slow. So the next thing, what's going to give me the next 80%, what's the next most important thing? So for me, it's working on acceleration and deceleration, agility work, sprint work, that sort of thing. And when I've worked on that, it's then what's the next most important thing. So just filling my time doing loads of stuff all at once, I'm just dancing around it, you know. For footballers, this what's important: be able to run for a long time and be able to run fast. That's a must. That's a base level thing. So when we come back to you guys, what is a must? What is a base level thing that you guys need to be able to achieve? Because if you've got to be really active for work, you've got to do a lot of walking, then we've got to work on that. Okay, it's no good trying to just spend loads of time working on building a strong core, for example, or trying to stretch tight muscles, when that's not really personalized enough to get you back to doing the things you want to be doing. So what I want you guys to do this week, have a think about all the things that you're doing to try and manage your back pain, and really think about, you know, is that going to give me the 80% I'm after? You know, or am I just doing loads and loads of different things and only getting 20%? Okay, so have a look at it, break it down, see if you can actually minimize it and use more effective strategies like mindset, movement and mindfulness to get a bigger improvement for less effort. So let me know how you get on. It's very cold out here today. I can see how red my nose is. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again next time.